In 2026, when every other week there is a new headline about AI replacing analysts, if you are someone trying to break into equity research right now, let me tell you something very straight. Just knowing Excel and valuation is not going to be enough anymore. Until last year, that used to be enough, but in this AI era, it is not. So in this video, I am going to walk you through the exact roadmap that I would follow if I was starting today. So stay till the end, because in the end, I will be sharing a 90-day plan that you can download and track your progress against. So this video is for someone doing their bachelor's in any field, for someone with 2 or 3 years of work experience in other field and wanting to switch, and for CAs and MBAs if they are wondering if this path makes sense for them. So let's start with the questions that I keep seeing in my comments. People asking, Richa, I don't come from a finance background. I studied engineering. Or sometimes, Richa, I don't have the right degree. Can I even do this? So you can see these are the screenshots. These are actual open roles right now in equity research. And look at what the eligibility says. It says any graduate with skills, not just MBA, not just CA, any graduate who has built the right skills. And in fact, I want to share something from my own experience. Before MBA, I was into core chemical engineering job, and I was once offered an equity research roles covering the oil and gas sector. It was specifically because of my prior work experience in that space. I already understood how that industry operated, what the real drivers were, how the refineries operate, how the pricing works in that industry. And that's the thing about equity research that most people don't realize. The best analysts are not just people who can read balance sheet, they are people who understand the industry they cover. An engineer who spent 2 years working in the tech and then decides to cover IT companies already knows how a software services deal is structured, why margins behave a certain way when the demand of that product weakens, and what client concentration risk actually means from the inside. So whatever your background is, engineering, science, commerce, if your work experience in a completely different field, that is not the problem. That is actually your starting point. So of course, I'm not saying it's all equal. If you do your MBA from a tier 1 college and apply for an equity research role through campus, of course your entry level pay will be different, your brand that you will be working initially will be different. I am not denying that fact, but the door is open, and what gets you through it, that's this video is all about. Now, what do you actually need to build? So three things genuinely matter for this field. First, financial statement analysis. So your balance sheet, P&L, cash flow statement. And I don't mean just knowing what they are. I mean being able to sit with an annual report and understand the story it is telling. So what is driving revenue? Where margins are being pressure, what the cash flow is saying that the PNL is not. So this is your foundation, and I'm telling you, without this nothing else works. At the same time, don't worry, I will tell you good free resources to start with. And then your second is deep sector knowledge in at least one industry. So not surface level understanding of everything. Pick one sector and go deep. How the industry grows, what drive margins, who the key players are, how regulation affects it. And this is the one that many of us take lightly. Everyone wants to jump straight to modeling and valuation, but let me tell you, this is what actually separates a good analyst from the others. And I'm sure many of you who have already been interviewing have faced this. The interviewer grills you and asks, okay, you know the Excel, you know valuation, but why should we hire you over someone else? And that question is only going to get harder in 2026 with AI in the picture. And the only real answer to that question is your sector knowledge and insight. You have to really make this as your real edge. Third, valuation, DCF, EV, EBITDA, P by E comparables. You need to understand the logic behind a number. Why does this company trade at a certain multiple? Why this industry trade at a certain multiple? What is market pricing in? But valuation without the first two skill is meaningless. If you don't understand the business, you don't understand the industry, your DCF is just a number in a spreadsheet. So it's like a garbage in and garbage out. And lastly, once you have these three, the last piece is being able to communicate, synthesize what you have found and tell a clear story. And again, if you have understood the above three, you will do automatically great here. So note this, because this order matters: financial statement analysis, then your sector knowledge, and then valuation. So which resources to refer to? So for financial statement, the best way to learn is to go to Zero the Varsity, open fundamental analysis module. It's free, it is in simple language, it uses Indian companies as example, so you can start there. And if you want something more rigorous and more detailed, the CFA level 1 financial statement analysis volume is excellent volume. Even if you're not planning to write CFA, just start with that one volume, it is worth reading. I have also done a detailed video on financial ratios, how to actually read and analyze them like an analyst. So the link is in the description, you can watch that also alongside. Now, how would you know that you are ready to move to the next step? So when you can open any annual report and tell me what is the company's biggest risk, what is driving revenue growth, is cash getting stuck in the business or is it flowing freely, what is the capital structure, and most importantly, are the profits actually backed by cash flow? I know right now this might not make much sense, and that's okay. Come back to this video after you have spent a few weeks with the financial statement and see if you can answer these questions. And if you can, you are ready to move forward to your next step. And let me tell you, the best way to practice this is on a real company. So let's talk about how to pick your first company. Don't start with Reliance, Adani, Vedanta. These are conglomerates with too many businesses inside one company. So here you will spend all your time just trying to understand what they do and you will never actually get to the analysis. So at this stage, I would say don't pick up this company. Pick a company that you see, you feel, you use your products in your daily life, so you can focus on learning the financial analysis rather than trying to understand the business and the numbers at the same time. So you can pick a company from FMCG industry like HUL, Nestle, Colgate. You have bought their products, you understand what they sell, who buys it, where it is sold. You can also pick a company from paints industry like Asian Paints, Berger Paints. You have seen these brands at home. Simple business, predictable cash flows, and easy to understand. You can also pick companies from automobiles or auto ancillary, Baruti, Bajaj Auto, Eicher. These are straightforward to understand. I have put a full list of companies and industries to start with in the description and in the pinned comment. You can go and check that. Pick one and stick with it. Go deep on that one company before you touch anything else. Once you have your company, start reading its annual report alongside your learning of financial statement analysis. And that's how you apply what you're learning in real time. And then move to industry analysis and competitor analysis. And for that, the best way is to download reports of other competitors and read their annual reports, especially the industry section and the MD&A section. These two sections will tell you more about the business than any financial model ever will. Also, if you can find out red herring prospectus of any recently listed company in that sector, you will get everything about that industry in one place. So that's a best resource again to, if you want to understand any industry. And for all of this, you can use and leverage AI. I will talk about it at the end. But after this section, you are ready to move to three statement modeling and valuation. And Paul Pignatro's videos on YouTube are excellent for this. Apply it directly on your chosen company. And then for valuation, Professor Aswath Damodaran's video, his undergraduate valuation series, is free and honestly the best starting point available anywhere. And if you want one structured code, I know it's paid, but that covers both modeling and valuation together with a solid credential. You can start with CFI's financial modeling and valuation course. It is very well recognized. And then move to report writing. So you have to cover 5 sections: business overview, industry context, financial analysis, valuation, and recommendation with a target price. For that, go to any website, Motilal Oswal or ICICI Securities. Both have free research reports. Download 2 or 3 from your sector. Read them carefully, understand the format, understand how an analyst builds a view, and then write yours. Now, with respect to certifications, I want to be very clear about something before I name them. So, certifications are not your entry ticket into equity research. Your skills are your sample report is your industry knowledge is. Certifications are just signals, they strengthen your profile, and that's it. And with that said, two certifications matter. NISM Series 15, Research Analyst. This one has become more important in 2026 because SEBI amended the regulations in 2025 and made it mandatory not just for senior analysts who used to sign the report, but for anyone working in a research capacity. So, junior associates, anyone contributing to the research product, all need to be certified now. And the good news is it does not take much time and it barely costs anything. Around 1500 rupees and 4 to 6 weeks of preparation. Doing it before you appear for interviews gives a mild signal that you are serious about this role, and practically a firm doesn't have to wait for you to clear it before putting you on research work. Second, CFA. If you are a CA, you probably don't need CFA to get your first entry role. Focus on valuation and sector knowledge. If you are an engineer or from a non-finance background, CFA level 1 is worth doing. The curriculum gives you a structured way to learn financial statements and valuation. It's a strong signal and it's a great way to strengthen your profile. And later down the line, you can also pursue level 2 and level 3. Each level genuinely helps you grow and open doors for bigger hikes and bigger jumps in your career. Now we are done with skills and certifications, but where to apply? So there are four doors into equity research in India, and they are very different in terms of how easy they are to open. The first and most accessible door, especially if you are a fresher, a non-MBA, or from a tier 2 or tier 3 college, is KPU. Equity Knowledge Partners, Evaluator, Crisil Research, Morningstar India. In these roles, you support global research teams, you build real analytical skills, you get trained on the job. So most people start here and then switch to a better role. So you can apply directly on their career pages or on LinkedIn and Naukri. And the interview process is typically 3 rounds here: a technical round on financial statements and valuation, a case study, and a discussion on that case study, which means your preparation is exactly what I have described in this video. And here is what actually gets you noticed. Attach your sample report to every single application. Most applicants don't do this, but that one report immediately separates you from everyone else. The second door, and this is one most people don't know exists, is independent boutique buy-side firms. Firms like Sage One Investment Managers, White Oak Capital. These are small firms set up by individual fund managers who do serious research driven investing. They hire carefully and the learning here is intense. The third door is domestic brokerages like ICICI Security, Motilal Oswal, Kotak, research associate roles covering Indian listed companies. These are harder to get into without prior experience or a network. Strong sample reports might help, but college brand starts to matter more here. And the fourth door is large AMCs, age HDFC, Axis. These are more selective, usually prefer 1 or 2 years of sell side experience. Now, let me show you something. This is an actual job description from 2026. It mentions AI tool proficiency right there as a requirement. So, start leveraging AI in your learning and research right now. You can start with Notebook LM, upload your annual reports, your competitor reports, and start asking questions. I have made a video where I have shown how to use Notebook LM specifically for research. You can watch that to start with. Second, start using Claude. Brilliant for assisted model building and improving your report writing, and then stress testing your investment thesis. You can watch this video as well for model. And for regular updates on prompts and frameworks specifically built for equity research and investing, follow this website. I like this website a lot because it guides you how to write the prompt. And if you want me to do a full dedicated video on exactly how to use AI for equity research step by step, comment below and let me know. I will try to cover that in my upcoming videos. As I mentioned initially, I have put together a 90-day tracker that maps everything I have covered today into a week by week plan. And your first week is only one thing, your financial statement analysis, and nothing else. Everything else, your company, your model, your report, builds from there one step at a time. So if you're serious about getting into this role, download it from the pinned comment and actually track your progress against it. I started this video saying Excel and valuation alone won't get you in this role anymore, and I meant it. But here is what I also want you to take away. The person who builds genuine sector knowledge, learns to use AI as a thinking tool, and shows up with a real sample report is in a stronger position today than ever before. So that's it for today's video. All resources, company list, 90-day plan, all are linked in the pinned comment. And if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.